Hello, everybody. This is Kevin with Inspiring How You See That. We talk about music, news, entertainment, inspirational stories, and much more. So today we're back with a Tech Tuesday, and we're talking in regards to Trace. And as you see here, we have the Trace system set up, and the question is about as far as QR code, taking the screenshot from your phone to the Trace system to get it set up. And as we had talked before about setting up all your player information and everything, but the issue is once you get this all set up, we've had some questions and some issues about it, and we've even ran into this issue. You get everything you go through this, you get all your team, and then you say, let's go. You go into it. Then you try to go in to scan the QR code. You get the QR code, everything paired. And then when you get, as I said, here's the QR code again. You get that paired and it comes up, the Trace system will go through and it'll start thinking and say, okay, well, it'll sit there and spin and say, we're locating the Trace. Of course, you got to have your Bluetooth on your phone to pick that up. Now, when you're in a bad signal area or the reception's really bad, sometimes these will not pair really well. So we always recommend setting up at least 15 to 30 minutes prior to a game. And the reasoning for that is, and that's why I'm creating this video, is to help you with some of the questions that we have about pairing. So the problem is sometimes with a bad signal, it does not pair. It'll keep saying that the system isn't paired, can't recognize the system. So what you have to do, a number of different times, I've had to do this even myself, is let's say you only have one bar, or it switches from LTE to 3G to 5G, and that's where it can really screw up the system and really drag it. So the good thing is, once the system is paired, ready to go, the box, the Trace system is what I'm talking about here, will still record. So that's the good thing. It's just the pairing that you want to make sure you get right. So you want to have a good signal. So what I've done and what I've seen is you can turn on and off your phone. So turn it off, turn it back on, go back into your Trace system. You have good signal. Go ahead and try to do you've already set up the game. You've already done everything. Go in and try to, either repair, do the QR code, scan it. And once that gets paired, great. Now, the next step is once that gets paired and said, go ahead, raise your tripod, all that other stuff. So the recording is there. So that's good. But if you really, the other question is, as far as watching on your phone to kind of see and make sure that the Trace camera is perfectly aligned, centered to the field. And if you have a bad signal too, it won't, of course, show on your phone. Now, like I said, once you got it set up and it's paired and ready to go, it will record on here. So don't worry about that. It will still record the game. What we want to do is once that's up and you want to check it on the field, and it, you might have again, as I said, the signal might be going back and forth and dropping. Just keep retrying it and seeing if you can visually see it. It'll say that the system isn't recognized, or the system isn't coming on, it isn't coming on live. So just try to keep doing that, and sooner or later it will. I've been in some pretty bad areas where the reception's really bad, and that's all I've done is just kept trying to get it, where it would work, where I can see that live signal area in regards to the seeing the game and getting the camera set up right. So once that does come in, then you can see it, you can set your camera, and you're ready to go. Now, another thing that you do need to have good reception for, and this was another question, so I'm doing multiple questions into one to make it a lot easier because they kind of all relate, is if you have your phone and you want to do multicam. We've talked about multicams. The multicam will not work if you don't have good reception, because it won't pick up the phone, and many times it will not work. So what you have to do is you have to, make sure that you do have good reception. Set it on your phone tripod. Let's see if we can get back here. So that if you have a tripod like this and you want to record multicam, it does say up here multicam, and it will register. It'll say the game that you're recording. Don't make sure you click that game. So once you click it, then your multicam is ready to go. So that's the big thing within making sure that you have reception on your phone and the reasoning why it doesn't work. So we'll go into a little bit more other questions that we have in other videos, but this is in regards to those questions there as far as with the reception and getting the system to work in bad reception areas. So we hope that helps, and we'll see you on the next video.